I haven't made a picture yet of the store, but we're going to buy the most delicious cookie in Hong Kong. And that cookie is basically egg roll. Yep. Although it sounds weird, but this egg roll is not only delicious, but the most delicious one in Hong Kong. And sorry, apology for the noise because it's rush hour now. So if you don't hear me, please put on your headphone. Apology for the noises behind it. I try to minimize the noise as much as I can, but I want to show you the reason for this queuing. It's huge queuing because as you can see, everyone's queuing here up. We're going to basically, buy delicious egg roll, and this egg roll is it's quite good. I've been here in Hong Kong for so many years, and I still cannot believe that this line is always long. And I found out the reason behind it. It's not only tourists that love it, because even my kids love it, and they're born in here as well. So it's amazing that this egg roll you can also buy it and give it to friends or someone who's visiting Hong Kong and doesn't want to queue that long. So you can help them buy. Just come early. At the moment, they are only open on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9:30. I can guarantee you, don't wait until 9:30. You have to come here at least a few hours earlier. I was late, so that's why the line is so long. But anyway, I'm gonna entertain you with a few of my sharings that might be helpful to you before 9:30, because we still have a few minutes to go before it's 9:30 today in this Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. All right, so what kind of topics do you guys want me to talk about? Just let me know in the comments below or send me a private message. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few guidance. Hopefully it might help you as well, because it helps me a lot. So I'm gonna share with you. Okay. Let's talk more about jobs, because that was the hottest topic for young people, and also not really young people, middle class people who are looking for a job. And around the world, it's quite tough these days, because everyone's talk about artificial intelligence or AI, and all the money investments are going there. And where the money is flowing, then there are jobs created in that area, less job created in other areas. But I'm going to give you guys some valuable insights that might be helpful to you. And while we're waiting for the egg roll, I'm going to talk about egg roll after this live session, because it's another topic for another day. I'm just queuing here to buy for a few good friends of mine who is coming from abroad, and family members to happy, and also my kids. So I have a motivation now, a why to still queue here. All right, apology for the noise behind me. If you don't hear me, please put on your headset if you just joined in. Okay, the jobs. The job market everywhere is quite tough. It's not easy. The reason is because as I said, the money is flowing now in the direction of artificial intelligence. So even though within your firm, they're secretly also trying to find a way how to use AI, artificial intelligence, to improve their work circumstance. And it's not something secret, because everyone knows about it. This is where we're going at the moment. But let me tell you a bit of history about why you don't need to worry that much, but you definitely need to take action. So don't worry, but still take action, otherwise you'll be left behind. So let me give you a story. Not long ago, our grandparents, especially, they have to basically farm, right? Once they do the farming, then there were almost like 90+% of people at farm, okay? Because people has to plant their own food or plant food for other people. So that was mainly their way of life. 90+% of the people. Nowadays, less than 5% of the population in the world is at the farming because technology has catch up, right? So most of the things can be done by machines. So machine came into power. People were afraid because their jobs of being a farmer has been lost, and people are scared, and that's normal because their livelihood has been ingrained. So people were angry, they were striking, etc. But that's part of life because nowadays no one wants to go back to farming anymore. Yeah, they definitely wants to go buy something at the supermarket is easier than just do their own farming. So that's the reason why you see technologies catch up, which is a good thing, and it seems like it's a bad thing. So AI initially will look like it's a bad thing because a lot of jobs will be replaced. But human beings are very creative, and in the long run, I honestly believe that we'll be well off. But it depends on if you take action. So I'll come back to the action part. So number one is the farming. Number two, it's technology. As you can see, when the machinery came, and that's the first revolution. The steam engine is the second revolution. So it's also some people calculate as the first, but just assume it's the second one. Maybe makes life easier to understand. Steam engine came, then all of us eventually can do a lot of work, a lot of products can be done with machines, with steam engines. Computer came along, and then people nowadays still use computer, but most of the time the other revolution that came again, I call it the number fourth one with the phone. That's why I'm using my phone as well. And as you also most of the time you can see around you, everyone is using phone nowadays, and that's part of life. So we cannot neglect that. That's it. That is the way of life. So the fifth one now, it's interesting because when the internet came along, we had the internet bubble, right? I'm not sure if the young generation knows about it, but the older generation knows vividly about it, that there was a .com bubble. So everything that came into power, people was afraid because everything went on internet. But a lot of people didn't know what internet was as well, So the time has changed a lot because people are now communicating faster and faster. A long time ago, a lot of times we have the old television sets. Nowadays you have cable and even better, line with internet. Nowadays people are very, very wants to have instant, quick gratification. You cannot blame them because this technology is taking over this world. So that's that. The AI technology, most of us think we know anything about it, but eventually it is more than you can imagine. The internet technology that we have now with artificial intelligence, it's a lot of people still wondering about what to do with it. So I'll give you my take. So number one is you have to embrace it. No matter how old you are now, even a young person now, if you find a way about I'm not smart enough, but I want to learn something about this AI thing, okay? And then you can read books or talk to people who are now in the field of learning, and that's a very positive sign. Another part, number two, is those people who are really now, a little bit older and cannot do much more about learning. I'm not going to say how old you have to be, but just assume you don't want to learn anything about artificial intelligence. There are two groups, right? One person who definitely wants to learn about it, which I highly recommend. The second group cannot or will not learn or don't know how to learn about AI, which is fine. But then there's also a solution for you guys, absolutely. Is basically think about those businesses that already exist. Yes, the businesses that already exist and you can do it better it's also a way of life. So let's say the baby boomers, they have like washing machines that, especially here in Hong Kong, they have this kind of outdoor washing machine that you can use to basically wash your clothes, because most of the people, they live in very cramped apartments, very small, and in order for them to maximize their space, they don't have a washing machine, so they have to wash their clothes outside, which is fine. Then you can also use that opportunity to make money. Okay, so it's like investing in those kind of washers, dry cleaning. Another one, the big one, is also restaurants. People have to eat. No matter what kind of technology is changing, we need to eat, right? So you think about those places like restaurants or anything that you can think about that you can be of service of providing food for people. It's also very important. So that's number 2. And number 3 is all transport. We talk about Uber, we talk about other transportation, but if you can come up with something that can help people to go from A to B, then it's very helpful. But if you, like I said, if you don't want to focus on AI, then you can definitely think about, can I help people then to order Uber, for example, the old people, okay? And you're the young person, then you can absolutely be assistant of, and then they're happy to pay you that kind of work, even though it's just a small fee. Over time, it's accumulated, then it's a lot, okay? There's many things. Some people in the area, like where I came from, they have gyms as well, personal gym people, they get paid very well. So if you want to be a personal trainer, AI cannot really replace it yet because it's really human to human. So I highly recommend you to think about that area as well. Any personal training, or maybe education, or mathematics, language is a big one, especially, even though people say you can use artificial intelligence to do language training or translation, but it never goes better than to have a real person teaching you. So teachers, preachers, all of them will be in high demand because artificial intelligence cannot 100% translate correctly, or with the emotion that the truck is coming. Apology. So artificial intelligence cannot really replace those language translation or people-to-people stuff. So those jobs will still be there regardless the technology. So you have to think about what can the creativity of human being cannot really be replaced. Some people say, machine learning, they still keep learning, but still machine, robots, AI, whatever, they need data. So those data is sometimes outdated as well. So don't worry too much about those areas, but focus more about your creativity. Some people say singing, even AI can now compose a very beautiful music, which is true. I found it very interesting that it's true. But some of those music also from the heart, that's kind of never be replaced. The old school music, these music are phenomenal. Doesn't matter which language it is, it's very hard to replace. Another thing is art. I know that people say AI can draw very beautifully, but I can tell you it doesn't match the human one. So that is also the art, creativity, where it comes from. Music, singing, instrumental as well, even though sometimes some people say like other games are replaced now by robots, like chess playing, etc. But it never goes to that level where human interaction will be crucial. So I highly recommend you to look into that. So all in all, what I want to say is artificial intelligence is here to stay. People are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars, as you can see, with a B, into this kind of area, but don't let that be the one that destroys you, because you're human. You have a heart, like I always like to say. A robot has a chip. You have a heart, and if you use your heart to help human beings, then people will pay you. You know, robots will not pay you money to do stuff. Some people say maybe in the future we don't need money. But my wisdom will say we will need money in a different form. We always will use money, maybe in a different way, digitally nowadays. You know, we pay with a lot of those technology apps that can be paid. But artificial intelligence, I can tell you, it's amazing. It's huge. I'll go to conferences. I have already been, but I'm going still to a lot of those, and I see a lot of those. People were really stunned about in China, especially that the technology is running very fast because we have like driverless car long time ago in China already, a few years by the way, before Tesla come up with his driverless car. Some people like to give credit to Tesla, which is fine, but to tell you the truth, already in lots of parts of China, there's driverless taxis available. Yeah, and it's really amazing, but it's also very scary because those drivers doesn't have any jobs anymore, so they have to find other ways of means to earn money. Because, like I said, money will still be around, but maybe in a different form. And talk about money, I'll talk to you with great explanation later. Yeah, so all in all, I want to say in this few minutes of your time, AI is here to stay, but you have to be prepared. So I told you a few reasons how you get prepared when you're not interested in AI. But if you're interested in AI, let me explain a little. Let me extend it a little bit now. So if you're interested in AI and you want to learn more about it, there's no expert in AI, okay? If you see people that claim they're expert in AI, they're lying to you because AI is the future. It is the future. So what I mean is that you can still learn from those people who knows about Web3 or coding or Pythons or, you know, those kind of programming language. It will change over time, by the way. So what I'm going to tell you now is in 2025, but later in the few years ahead, it will be different. But don't worry. If you really are a learner, try at least take a few minutes a day. Yeah, that would be great. To read about people, how far they are doing with AI. Most of people only follow a top 3 of those big companies like Tesla, Google, or maybe you can name another third one, wherever you think is a big AI company. But they don't really going to represent the world because DeepSeek was a good example that came out all of a sudden that revolutionized the way people already think about AI. So let's say ChatGPT was pouring in billions of dollars. They have so many scientists, professors, very smart people around the world were working for ChatGPT. But then they were surprised that DeepSeek. Yeah, that's the motor car. You're awesome. Make a lot of noise. Anyway, so DeepSeek came around and it cost less, much less, really just a few millions instead of a few billions with a B. That's that's amazing. And it's also quite good because I tested out myself. And yeah, I can say that they also used less human resources. That's amazing. They didn't really use other global talents. They used local talent. So yeah, that's why I said it's amazing about technology that you don't need to do it expensively. Don't let people tell you that you need hundreds of billions of dollars to do those things. So if you really want to start AI by yourself, you can study every day, a few minutes or better, hour, more than a few hours a day if you can. Maybe you can take weekends off. And then read books about it. You will say, yeah, but books are old, Tony. How come I can learn them from books? Well, you can learn not about the technology itself from books, but you can learn the thinking behind it from great thinkers like Einstein, you know, Tesla, the real Tesla, not Tesla the car, but I mean Nikola Tesla himself, Edison, of course, and also other few brilliance from your own country. So don't limit yourself about only the Western America scientists. There's a lot of your homegrown country as well that you know. There are brilliant leaders as well. You know, then you understand more about the thinking behind it. Then you're going to see that AI will be part of your life. Yeah. Anyway, all in all, I want to say just take this advice lightly at the moment, but seriously. So either you want to study or not study. I give you 2 parts of this session already. Those people who want to study AI and those people doesn't want to study AI, but still you need to practice it very hard. Anyway, I'm signing off now because the line is very long. As you can see, people are still queuing for the cake. That's good. Not cake, sorry, the cookie, the egg roll cookie. I'm going to make a different session about this egg roll cookie. Just stay tuned. Have a great day, and thank you very much for subscribing. If you have subscribed, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. And see you in the next episode. Bye.